Bob Hopper and Co. Here with Bob. And Bob, what's your opinion of the idea of introducing a congestion charge?
Well, to me, it doesn't seem to be well thought out. I appreciate there is congestion in Cambridge, but a congestion charge with our type of business, where we have to go into town and look at our customers, I think they're expecting us to just add it on to our customers' bill, which means then the general public pay more, everyone pays more, and I don't think it's going to achieve anything. It'll just put an awful lot of business. It's out of business. Or if we've got to come into Cambridge to work, well, we can't.
Yeah.
So how's Cambridge, how's all the restaurants and that going to keep going if we can't get in there to service all their equipment? That's what I think.
Yeah. Well, I spoke to one of the GCP executives who actually admitted that it had nothing to do with congestion. It was all about being a tax. And that's what I've always thought. But for your business, you're moving around lots of large equipment and servicing bits and pieces for restaurants, and they simply can't be moved by any other means.
Oh, of course, no. They took back drones.
Yeah.
You drone a 6-burner gas cooker into somebody, or they say, oh, well, can't you do that at weekends? And I say, like, all my deliveries here. Well, the guys we get delivered, we get some coming at 6:30 in the morning. Most of them come between 9 and 4. Yeah. So if they're gonna have to pay extra, if I'm gonna pay them extra for them to deliver it to me, then I've got to pay extra when I take it in my van and deliver it and put it in and install it in my customers. It makes us uncompetitive. And we're not a massive company. We can only absorb so much in overheads, and it just frustrating when you're grafting away. And Cambridge, we appreciate how they're trying to project Cambridge as a customer-friendly people with all these restaurants and that sort of thing. And then when it comes to us trying to help these people out, we're getting it blocked every time. They're saying, well, you can't do this or you can't do that. And it's so frustrating.
Would you be able to operate from somewhere out on the outskirts or further out? Because you're pretty much on the outskirts now.
I mean, not really, because then we got the transport of coming in. We've got to come into Cambridge. We're in Cambridge. At the moment, we're the only catering equipment company with a CB postcode. And that's quite important because people want someone in Cambridge. We do work for companies all over the country who have their own equipment in here and want it looked after by a local company. We're a local company, so we pick up work from all sorts of different companies just to go in and do their service work. And things like that, we need to be in Cambridge. I can't afford to have huge, great storage areas to have more stuff, so I have to rely on stuff coming in and out most days. I have a delivery here, probably 2 or 3 a day. So if every one of those has got to pay extra to come to me, quite a few of them,
£50.
Yeah. A lot of these will say, sorry, Bob, you've got to work something else out because we ain't going to do that.
No, well, presumably your suppliers are coming to you solely to you. They're not coming in. They can't split the delivery cost.
No, I mean, unless you're parcel force, which is something different. But my equipment stuff invariably comes on a pallet. Most of our stuff is palletized, and that's a one-off delivery. They come to me, then you say, oh, the next time I'm going, I said, where are you going from here? So I'm probably going to Bury or Newmarket or back to the Midlands or going all over the place. They're all over the country, but they come to me with this equipment, invariably on a pallet. There's only no other way it can get here. They can't do it at weekends because the drivers, they've got to have everyone's got to have a home life. We try and have a family life. So we try and, we're fairly flexible during the day, but we try and do our work during the day. It's a work-life
So
balance.
what message would you send to the GCP? They're going away and they're going to come up with some sort of watered-down version of what they originally consulted on.
I just wonder at times where they're just ticking boxes. Consultations, brilliant, but they don't seem to listen to what people say. If they had a proper consultation, I think 90% of the businesses in Cambridge would say we can't go with it. So maybe that frightens them off. Yeah. So they water it down, and it gets introduced, and it's a take it or leave it, like it or lump it. And a lot of the times, look, anything, you have to work around it.
Yeah.
But for God's sake, this one is really this is not just a little thing. This is a big, big deal for all of us. And for them to try and implement it really without us having a say, because they might water it down a bit, but it's still going to be what it's going to be. I mean, and a congestion charge, I don't know. We're not the West End of London. You know, if I was.
Well, no, but the streets of Cambridge are not really designed
Well,
to.
that's the whole thing. It's a university town. Everything's mostly shut off during the day. We can got a lot of our customers. We have to work around the hours that we can get our vehicles nearby, because the kit we need and the repair and the tools we need to repair stuff in the kitchen. We don't go there knowing exactly what we're going to do. This doesn't work. So you can't just go in there, find it, and then have to go all the way back to your van, get your bit, and come all the way back in. And in the meantime, you've probably got a ticket. You have to work around that as well.
Yeah.
And fair enough, there's parking services. We phone them up, and they're as good as they can be. But you phone them up. If you ever own parking services up, you've got to wait 5 minutes to get through all their blurb about what they're doing for this. They're doing this. Eventually, you might get through to someone who'll say, "Can I help you?"
Well, recently, actually, I interviewed a person who was leaving the Grand Arcade and specified part of the reason was the prospect or even the threat of a congestion charge. Would you consider moving at all?
I can't say yes or no. I'm of a retirement age, so as a business, I wouldn't want to. Who knows, in the future, with my business partner's son, who'll probably take it over, and the other lads that are here, I don't know. But personally, I live in Cambridge. I've always lived in Cambridge. Is my life. This is my hometown. I went to Chesterton, met secondary one in school. I was throwing Jesus Green as a lad. I'm a Cambridge boy, and I wouldn't want to live right now. I had a little time living out in Surrey. I came into Cambridge for the enjoyment. I just like Cambridge, and I want to be in Cambridge because Cambridge is a brilliant place. We're quite immune to the ups and downs of the business I'm in. But Cambridge stays busy, and a lot of companies are envious of the fact that we're in Cambridge, and there seems to be a fair bit of business being done. But it gets harder. The margins are getting shrunk because of all the overheads, my extra telephone bills, all my other charges. They're all going up. Cost of running the vans is going up. We can only charge so much before someone says, "Well, I'll get a bloke down the road or bloke out here would do it cheaper." Yeah. We like to think we're competitive. So, and we give a good service. So,
You do indeed.
We don't want to move, and that basically is it. They've got to work out some way if they want to reduce the traffic coming into Cambridge. Park and ride, it's not bad, but the transport system is not brilliant. If I wanted to come here I drive into work, the only way I could do it is on a bike. I'm 78 and I've got a bit of a balance problem, so I don't think I'll be very safe on a bike.
You're looking good on it, Bob. You're looking good on it.
Yeah. So, I know there's more things we can all do, but to help the planet, definitely not for this congestion thing, because that to me, it's just like a tax.
Well, it does actually affect everybody, and it therefore affects those on the lowest wages and the sickest.
Yeah. Of course it does.
And also those who require support from their families, like the elderly as well.
Oh God, yes. I laugh to myself, but I pop in and see a couple of neighbours and make sure they're okay. And one's a bit younger than me, but there's so much more to it, the social side of it. These people that have put themselves up for this, as this body that's gone into it, I'm thinking,
GCP,
if I was a young man, that's a job I'd go for. Because Christ, they earn a lot more than I do.
That's for sure.
They go over there, work at weekends. And,
I know.
Nobody knows where they live, so they're safe.
Well, the chairperson of the GCP lives in Hertfordshire.
That's it.
Rachel Stobbard. The person who's in charge of the transport side of the GCP lives in Chelmsford, would you believe? Yeah. So they wouldn't even pay the congestion charge themselves.
That just answers the question, doesn't it? They're not in the real world as far as Cambridge is concerned. I've heard some of the things they put up. Well, can't we do this? Or can't we do that? I'm thinking, you're not really with it. You don't really know and understand local business. You haven't been in business. And until you've actually been in business, I know they say, "Oh, well, you just
exactly.
You don't have to be in it to know it." You really have to be in it to then the little nuances, the little bits and pieces that really annoy you and that trip you up. Yeah. It's not. You can't sit at a desk and do it, or on a computer. A lot of it is people skills. We have to go out and speak to our customers. I can do so much on the internet and on the phone. I like to go and actually speak to my customer and have a feel for it and give a proper service.
You and me both.
I like to put a face to someone I'm talking to. And this lot, I don't know. You know the argument.
I do indeed, indeed. Excellent, Bob. Well, thank you very much indeed for your
my
comments, and
pleasure.
I shall be putting this out on our YouTube and we'll see what sort of comments come back.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm alone.
No, you're definitely
I hope I'm not, because if I am, then I am a dinosaur.
you're most definitely not alone, Bob. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.